Hello from Plant Reviews. Today, 6th of May, mid-spring. I will talk about Lamprocapnos spectabilis, also known as Dicentra spectabilis, as the old name Dicentra, and this cultivar is called Valentine, as you can see. The common name of this species is bleeding heart. The species is a flowering plant in the poppy family, the Lamprocapnos spectabilis, and in the family, therefore, Papaveraceae, native to Siberia, China, Korea and Japan. It is valued for the heart-shaped flowers that are very sought after for cut flowers and obviously for gardeners that are born in spring. It can grow up to about 90 centimeters tall and 90 centimeters of spread. However, in very shady areas like here, it can usually stay smaller. This is a rhizomatous herbaceous perennial with three-lobed compound leaves, as you can see, and these are borne on reddish, greenish reddish stems. As you can see here, the stem as well, and the plant is very famous in the garden because of the shape of the flowers. The flowers, as you can see, are borne on pretty long racemes, and they can be up to 20 pendant flowers, and the outer petals or the flower are of various colors. In the Valentine they are bright red, however they are pink in the type species, but they can also be white in the Alba variety. The inner petals instead are purely white, and in between the inner sepals they form a projection, a little bit like a drop. Therefore the common name is bleeding heart. It's incredible how the flowers resemble the conventional shape of the heart, so it is actually a very romantic plant to give as a gift for Valentine's Day as well, but unfortunately the plant doesn't really bloom for Valentine's Day, so you have to tell your partner that we need to wait a bit to see the heart-shaped flowers. The flowers are very beautiful, as you can well see, and very unusual. Unfortunately, they are not fragrant. Usually this plant behaves like a spring ephemeral, like the very close relatives Corydalis, that you can see here, indeed a flower, a plant that has finished already blooming, and therefore they usually, after spring, they disappear, usually in summer. The first plants of Lamprocapnos spectabilis were introduced in England from Asia in about 1840 by Robert Fortune, who was a botanist and plant hunter. The ideal location is in double shade. I think in my woodland garden that is probably a little bit too much shade. It would have developed probably a bigger plant, however it's still a very nice display of both flowers and foliage. I think that even when the plant is not in flower, the foliage is very ornamental, as you can see. The ideal location, again, as all woodland plant, is in a soil that is able to be kept moist, even if not waterlogged. The clumps remain compact for many years and do not need dividing, like other rhizomatous plants, say irises, that really need dividing at least every 3 to 5 years. Also the roots are quite brittle, so they can easily be damaged when disturbed. The seeds of the plant are borne in long pods and have a fleshy structure called a lysosome. That is, and this fleshy structure actually is kind of sweet and attracts ants that then spread the seeds around. The propagation of the plant can happen therefore through seeds, but also through root cutting in spring or division in late autumn or early spring. As I said, there are several cultivars selected. The type species is pink outer flowers, however the Valentine, as you can see, is bright red, while in the Alba variety is white. The outer petals are white, the outer petals of the flower. In all of them, however there are the inner petals are pure white. Usually the plant has very bright green leaves, however there is a variety called gold heart whose leaves are quite golden green, and really in a woodland garden in the shade it is really stands out for the color of the foliage. Unfortunately I have the normal leafed plant that I still like very much like, both for the flowers and the foliage. However, as you can see, the foliage doesn't really stand out against the leaves of the other plant as a color. Still is very contrasting with other leaves, like for example the one big flat leaves of the Erythronium pagoda. Another thing about the foliage is that sometimes contact with the plant can give skin irritation, so again, if you have pets or kids, be careful that they do not touch or eat this plant. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like the video, if you would like to give a thumbs up or thumbs down if you didn't like it, and if you find my videos interesting, it would be great if you would like to subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Bye.